Hi, for this video what I want to talk to you about is how can we expand logarithms. There are a lot of different variations of how this might look, so I will do a couple of different examples. But for this one right here, what we have is log base b of the values x squared times the square root of y. Okay, and for this we're going to use two rules. The first rule that we're going to use is log base b of m times n is equal to log base b of m plus log base b of n. And this may be confusing to some of you. Why would we use this rule? Well, if you remember, logarithms, if I have them, the base is the value that is the subscript. So this is the value right here. My value is the answer to an exponent problem. So this part right here was what I got from combining some exponents together, equals the exponent. Okay, so for example, we may have something like this where log base x of, let's say, 10 equals 3. Okay, so if I rewrote this in exponential form, I really have x cubed equals 10. But I could have, and I don't know what I started with, but I could have started with x times x squared equals 10. And remember that to combine exponents, what I do is I always add the exponents. So because we're dealing with exponents, if I rewrote this as log base m plus log base n, that would give me the same thing as log base m times n, because the value that I got as my output was found by adding the exponents together. Okay, for this one here, the reason that it's multiplication is because of the fact for the same thing, remember that we're dealing with exponents, and if I had an exponent where it was x squared to the third power, this is really x to the 2 times 3, or x to the 6th power. So I found it by multiplying these values together. So since this is really a power to a power, that's why we would rewrite it as multiplication in front. It's very important to understand why you do things in math, so that's why I hope this didn't confuse you, but that's where it came from. So as far as expanding goes, it's very simple. All you're going to do is rewrite it first using the first rule. So we're going to use this rule first. I'm going to take log of whatever my base is. This could be a 2 or a 3 or a 7 or an x. It doesn't matter. Whatever is down there is what you're going to write. And because of the fact that we are multiplying the two values together, I'm going to take the x squared and put it in the first one, and I'm going to take the square root of y and put it in the second one. Okay, we're still not done because we have exponents, and so what happens with our exponents is we're going to use rule 2 for the exponents. So because there is an exponent here, it's going to go out front. So I really have 2 log base b of x plus, for this one, remember that the square root of y is the same thing as y to the 1/2 power. We could rewrite it as a rational exponent. So I can rewrite this as 1/2 log base b of y. And this would be my final answer. I know that this looks a lot more confusing than what we started with, but there are times that you're going to want to expand things in order to help you solve problems. More often, we will use the opposite of this rule, where we go from the expanded form down to the condensed form, and that will help us solve logarithmic equations, but you have to be able to understand the properties both ways. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. If there are additional topics you'd like for me to cover, please let me know that as well.